Hello everyone, welcome to episode 6 of Delta City. And in this episode, actually, I've done something of the recording, which is rebuilding the subway and all. Because as you might have seen in yesterday's video, at the end I couldn't save the game, so I just made it again and I did it a bit differently. The stops and all are going to be same, and then I added some zoning here, so we have more houses and more money. And we have taken a loan of 1.5 million to actually build the whole subway, but we actually didn't needed it. And the thing is, with subways, you actually can't do any modifications to the roads. Let's say now I have to remove this traffic signal over here, but I am not able to do it because of the subway. As you can see, it says overlapping, and that overlap is actually the subway. Anyhow, in this episode we are going to build a new industrial and also start our rail yard, and then we'll be adding our first cargo station over here, and that is going to supply to all of our industrial needs. Most likely we'll see if it can do it or not, but yeah, we'll start our first industrial train over here. We'll connect it to the main line which is over here, and then let's get started. So first, I will be doing the layout of our industrial zone, and then we'll be making a new intersection. I'm thinking of making something similar, which we have here. Uh, but let's see if that works out, because I don't think we might have enough space for that. I will try to make a train underground in few places along this to avoid interacting with various things like this bridge, this particular metro line, and as well as this intersection. For this I'm going to use something like a round, which I have used over here in round crossing district, but this is going to be much larger, and it will also be having these one-way streets so that we can control the traffic flow quite neatly. Just going to make it 1 kilometer. We made it to level 10. Nice. Getting lots of buildings. We'll try to plop them around the city. Actually, I'm thinking of making this outer ring into a highway, and then I would have four rings on the inside.
Keep it tuned right here, everybody. This is your host, Liz Peterson, and you're listening to the Atmospheric Piano Channel.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently, that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So, a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological reward structures, which are entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed. For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human
Thank you, Professor.
It is a question of priorities.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Looking like a wet one today. I'm gonna keep dry and stay inside. Local weather, all day, every day.
Okay, we have completed our 4 rings and the outer highway. I will just convert it to highway, and that too I will make it one way. I'm trying to align it to the center so that it looks good. Since I made the outer layer clockwise, I'm going to make the inner ring, the first inner ring counterclockwise. So we have used a 2-lane road, so we'll continue with the 2-lane road and the counterclockwise ring. The next ring will be clockwise. I think now we should be good. We have one clockwise and counterclockwise and one clockwise, and I think this cycle should be good enough for this, and we have a gap of 120 meters between each, so good enough block size. We might have to interconnect these later, but I think for now these are good. I'm not going to connect it over here. I will make an intersection as I told earlier, and we'll connect from here, and maybe this can be an exit, but let's get back to that later. I don't want this area to become riddled with traffic, and we have really bad traffic on this highway. We have to reduce as much as possible, that too soon as soon as possible, otherwise it will take forever for people to arrive into our city. And also another plan is to make this into a kind of passenger entry point over this whole area. I'll be having passenger terminals and connection to different other towns. So let's say this is going to be one huge town, and then maybe on the other parts we'll be having another towns, like maybe 3 towns or something. And yeah, this will be kind of like an entry point to this particular area, having a large kind of commercial and transport area, plus maybe a passenger harbor, and let's see if we can make an airport. But I have to make this into a proper harbor for cargo and stuff. Okay, let's make these rings into bike streets, and we'll add grass to these cross streets. This seems good. We will go ahead and connect this to the highway. This interchange over here, I will make this smaller than the previous one. This one seems quite large. Try to make a smaller one, but smaller than this. Let's pause the thing and do it. So we have to buy this district now, as this is cut off from here. Let's see if we can extend it. Okay, now I think this is okay. We need not by the district. Let's make a roundabout. This seems kind of to the left, but I think that's okay for now. We'll get back to this at a later time with much better design. For now I think this should work. Just add a small disconnector here so that we don't cut off the area outside of our territory. a bit 10 meters underground. I think I'll do that as well, and we're gonna just have this place instead of making it a bridge.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
I hope you're having a great time. This is Liz Peterson on the Atmospheric Piano Channel.
In local coverage, the Tourism Board just released their figures, and it's good news all around. Tourism was way up over the previous season. Pretty amazing, right, Jim?
You bet, Glenda. I guess everybody is figuring out that this is the place to be. And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
Okay, I think we are good to go in terms of the roundabout. The shape is not symmetric, but I think I can work with that. This looks clean. Okay, let's connect this to this. And we'll also connect this to this, and we'll have a train station over here, train hub over here, and probably a train station somewhere around here or just beside it. Let's resume the game so that we can keep making the money. inter area, and then a cargo transfer station on the terminus. We'll go with the transfer station because we'll be using this line further for other stuff. Let's plop it around here. I think we should be good. Let's add roads. I'm putting this a bit to the center so that we can actually merge the tracks a bit easier. Let's make the road. Thus will get power and get connected to the sewage. For this we have to wait manually to do something over here. Think that's okay. We have connected and it's lighting up. Now it's time to connect these to the highway. Don't know if I should connect this to the highway or not. We have to connect it at least to Okay, we have our cargo transfer station. Let's connect them together. I'll try to take this underground. First, look into connecting this to the trap over here, and then we'll worry about the trap over. No, we don't have a trap over here. We might have to do it later, which we'll do. Okay, we have to purchase these two tiles now. They're quite cheap. Oh, nice. Good for us.
Local authorities are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low-flush toilet, cut back on watering the lawn, and shower with a friend whenever possible. This has been a local public service announcement.
Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service announcement.
Since if you're going underground, I'll make it over on like a bridge or something, and we'll connect.
Thank you for joining us here today at the Atmospheric Piano Channel. I'm Liz Peterson, and I'm your host.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
Okay, we'll have two cargo trains, one which goes all the way over here to this particular place, which is called Hanson Canyon, and then another one will be going to Burris. Let's add those cover lines. We'll call this for the first one. Just like how we have been calling all of the lines. Interesting choice of the town name. Okay, so if we are able to get our traffic we are able to reduce our traffic somewhat, at least coming to deliveries and stuff. Ideally we should be having these quite all around, so that we can have people loading and unloading goods in different industrial estates, but I don't think we have that luxury. Let's just go through how our passenger lines are doing. especially since it's night time, the traffic is less in the passenger lines, else it will be like fully packed. So I don't think we should mess around it too much at this time. And this is the subway line, the Harbour Town clockwise. I'm going to call this the Harbour Town, or you can comment a different name and we can change it later. It's going with a 6% usage. We are going with the minimum number of metros, which is like 3. If we could reduce it more, it would be much helpful. And I think we should set some transportation lines, especially the ones which are being used rarely, as only day or only night. I'll go with only day schedule for all of these because I don't think people are using them at the night. They should be much better if you're going with only daytime. And let's see if it's going to get uglier. We'll make this into a day-night system again. Looking at this, I think we should just leave it as it is for now. We can get back to this one later. And coming to the bus, I think buses are okay. We have pretty good numbers, and we actually made ticket around $2 each. We are lower the tickets, so we can get more people on the bus. Which area should I actually pick for passenger trains is what I'm considering to do right now. Maybe south of Boxing Hill